All right, Oval fans, look, last night's episode, straight up banger. It was a great episode. Season 5, Episode 8, entitled Sorry Not Sorry. I I don't think there's really much, if anything, where I would criticize the episode. Am I like angry or annoyed at certain characters for how they act? In a way, yes, but at the same time, you have characters in the show that clap back. And I think overall, the pacing was pretty solid. I mean, in my book, an episode's good in terms of pacing as well as, you know, the stuff that we see is actually worth watching when I have to take a lot of notes. And for this episode, I didn't quite, but I almost had to go to a second page of notes because I was on the very last line on the particular page in my notebook here. I'm like, oh snap, because we were at like the 22-minute mark. I'm like, well, damn, I'm almost less than a third left on my page to write because we moved around at a pretty good pace, setting up what's to come. Remember, we only got 9, 10, 11, 3 episodes left before the mid. Well, yeah, 3 episodes left, and then that's the end of the first half of the season. But this was a pretty solid episode. Also, next week is the Oval episode 100. Yeah, I completely lost track of that. I think it's due to the fact that the Oval has such sporadic hiatuses that I never really thought to think about the episode count. But yeah, next week is episode 100. All right, well, you want me to jump into the episode? And here we go. So we pick up where we left off with Manny holding Sam at gunpoint, demanding to know, who are you? Where did you come from? Wait, why are you dressed up in that suit? And then Sam explains that he does work for the government and he's Secret Service. And Manny gets a bit unhinged because, Rakadushi and government, well, they really don't mix all that well. So in any case, Sam tries to explain that he's here because he was following some tracks. Hey, did you find some kid around here who was on a motorbike? And then, when Manny says, why you want to know? Well, he's very important. Well, you for the government, so like, why do you want to find that kid? Look, I just need to find him because we feel like somebody might be after him. So he fires at the ground and demands that Sam walk because he's going inside of the compound. And Sam's like, no, I'm not going in there. So then Sam does something where I'm like, man, this is the most BA thing he's done in a while because, shooting Bobby, but that was kind of a punk move. But he took that gun and got the jump on Manny. Remember, Sam's a small dude. So for him to get the upper hand on such a bigger opponent like Manny, that was very impressive. But then again, I feel like Sam's been kind of punked lately by the script. First, what was the last season? He went up against Bobby, and dude's like 3 times his size. And he literally just got Sam with, I feel like Frieza. I used less than 50% effort, and he just beat the crap out of Sam. Well, mainly just weaving, tossing him on the street, and then taking him out with like one hit. Then when it came to just recently, Priscilla had like what, half a dozen special task force guys or something at the house, and they beat the crap out of Sam. Oh yeah, that makes sense because there was a whole bunch of them. But this time he got to jump on a bigger dude, and I'm like, okay, where's the story going with this? Now from there, Sam makes Manny put on a pair of handcuffs, and then he points a gun right at his chest, demanding answers. Basically, tell me, where's the kid? Well, look, it was some kid that looks like the first son, and we let him go. We fixed up his bike and let him go. And then from there, Sam makes Manny get his big self up and then makes him walk. Now, this was a strong way to open the episode. My only complaint, and look, this isn't a reason I'm docking a point, because I give the episode as a whole a solid 9 out of 10. But maybe, just maybe, this is just a small gripe. We know that from the ending of last week's episode, Sam could see the front gate. And there were like, what, 2 Akadushi soldiers outside, armed and guarding the front gate. Manny and Sam were not standing that far away. So when Manny fired at the ground at Sam to get him to start walking, you're telling me neither of those soldiers like, hey, did you hear that? Yeah, let's go over there and check it out. Or, at least have one of them go check it out while the other one still stood guard at the front gate. That's my only, okay, I really wish something could have been done with that. But regardless, I could skip ahead here. So regardless, we have Sam with Manny in the back of that, what was it, like the box truck? I believe that was the same box truck that, who did they use that box truck for? No, I think Max. Yeah, I remember Max, like a rabid dog a couple of seasons ago. He kept calling Sam, hey, I'm at the box truck. Can you bring Kyle so I can take care of him? Remember, because he kept calling Sam over and over and over because he wanted his revenge. So later in the episode, Sam calls Max asking, when are you off duty from watching the president, aka Eli, and second lady, because he needs help with the investigation on Manny, because I got a package here who could help us find our other package. And he's like, yeah, this is big dude, so I'm gonna need some muscle. Bobby, I don't want Bobby. Look, we need all the help we can get, especially if we're trying to find this kid. Sam, priority. So with Bobby watching the second lady, it's a good chance he's probably going to be done with his duties first, and then he can come over there and help out, and then Max will follow suit. So I really like this. All right, now Victoria goes down to the Oval. She has a brief conversation with Max, like, Max, it's good to see you here, especially at the front door again. I always like you, Max. Is it okay if I go in there and see him? Max pokes his head in, lets Eli know. Victoria goes in. And basically, Eli tells tells Victoria about the fact that Simone is coming to apologize. Victoria doesn't buy it, but Eli pretty much twisted the story, saying that, hey, the first lady, she can press charges, but if you were to apologize, there's a good chance she won't bother doing it. But could you please, Victoria, do not taunt my wife? But Victoria made it clear, I'm Victoria. Taunting is what I do. So they also bring up the fact that there's still no luck with finding Jason. They need to get up on that as soon as possible, because who knows how close Jason is to DC right now on that bike. Now, I do believe Victoria made it clear that she knew about Simone potentially having a hand in helping Sam move Jason from the hospital. And Eli basically tells Victoria something she does not want to hear. The fact that she needs to play nice with Simone when she gets to the White House, accept her apology so we can move forward. Because look, I know you got that, the taunting, the pettiness, but both of you need to just work it out, because we got bigger fish to fry. So from there, Alan is released from jail thanks to Donald, but he is not happy to see Kyle leaning up against a police car when he gets out. Basically, he makes it clear you need to come with him, and you're going to see Donald right now. Oh, come on, white dude, give me a break. Man, you better be quiet now, because remember the last time? And I'm thinking to myself, well, Alan, Kyle's like, remember the last time I took you somewhere? And I'm like, yeah, Alan grabbed the steering wheel and then crashed the car, which I believe was Lily's car. And Alan was like, I don't care, shoot me. But then when Kyle pulled out his gun, Alan was like, wait. And then he shot the ground beside him. So basically, Kyle's like, look, we went through this song and dance before. Get your ass in the car. Let's go. So they go over to Donald's house. And Donald basically breaks down the fact that, hey, got you out of jail. What happened? And he wants to know all the reasons why Alan got arrested about the drugs, and the fact that, I got a connection over at the pharmacy, and Alonzo got some drugs, and turns out, I was trying to bring him back because he took all all of it. But then there was an undercover cop. I got arrested. And then that's when Donald drops the bomb about the fentanyl. And then the fact that the president OD'd and then the vice president had to step in. And, well, the FBI, what do they want? Trying to trace the fentanyl. And let's be honest here. I feel like Donald clearly knows that Alan is lying, but he also needs him due to the fact that with the current president suspending him from the White House, he needs Alan on the inside to protect his stuff. So basically, protect my files, protect my paperwork, just keep an eye on things. And remember, if I remember correctly, last week's episode, the FBI agents wanted Alan to get his hands on Donald's files and send them to him, or excuse me, to them in order to use in their case. But Alan doesn't want to do it. But given the fact that Donald is not at the White House, it is possible that Alan might actually do it. However, he's going to be nervous about it and needs to be careful due to the fact that, Kyle's still going to be around the White House. And for all we know, Donald could be like Batman with a contingency plan. Maybe he can trace the files to see if Alan copied them or something, but who knows? But from there, Kyle makes Alan, Donald tells Kyle, take Alan home, get him, make sure he changes and goes to work immediately. So when he gets back to his apartment, Dale's in there. I was thinking when Donald told Kyle to take Alan there, I'm like, oh crap, is he going to find out about Dale? So Alan gets in there. Dale is freaked out because of everything going on. And Alan's first priority is hey, did you protect the box? Where's the box? Oh, well, I put it back where I found it. Dale, you're supposed to protect it. And then I'm thinking to myself, though, well, Alan, what exactly is Dale supposed to do? Because you told him to stay put at your apartment. So it's not like he's going out anywhere because he literally has a huge target on his head. Because that cartel was meant to think by Antonio, Kareem's cousin, who we'll talk about a little later, that he was the one that goofed up the whole drug order with the fentanyl leading to a bunch of customers dying. Or was it specifically the fact that the drugs are missing and now somebody has to pay for it? So he's not going out anywhere. And yeah, so what exactly was he supposed to hide it under the couch or under the bed? Alan, what'd you want him to do? Not to mention he stuffed the contents of the box in his pocket. So again, what exactly? I don't know. But I guess maybe those flash drives contain maybe some files of Donald, what the FBI was looking for. Who knows? I guess you could call it insurance. Now, when it comes down to what's next, I do like the moment where Dale's freaking out because, he asked, Alan some stuff a lot, hey, you want me to protect this box, but could you at least tell me what's in it? It's man, can I trust you? Can I really trust you? Yeah. So then Alan starts to say, well, the FBI tried. Nope. You know what? Never mind. This seems way too deep. I already got people coming after me. I didn't leave my hometown because I was dealing with stuff with my parents. I did not come out here to die. So he said leave his parents. So does that mean in Ruthless, does Dale know his parents are dead? If I remember correctly, when Paula and Lacey ran to their house once they left the compound, didn't they end up killing? Paula got shot, and then they ended up killing Dale's parents, if I remember correctly. So does he not know? Or did he just say his parents in general because maybe he split town before? No, he didn't split town before they died. I haven't watched season 4. You got to catch me up on that. But in any case, Kyle's yelling outside of the door to get ready. You got 8 minutes or I'm coming in. And then Dale's like, wait, is that? Yeah, man. He's going to be watching me like a hawk. So I got to get him out of here. So just stay here. I'll be back when I get off work. So, man, we're getting some stuff done. There's only a few more scenes to talk about here. Oh, also, if you made it this far in the video, please take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like it. hit subscribe, follow me on social media. Links are in the description. And let's get into it again. So we go over to Hunter, who calls Alonzo to get Kareem there as soon as possible. Make sure you use the back way through the White House so Donald won't know. One, I don't think that Hunter is aware that Eli suspended Donald. And two, I guess going through the back way will make it so, maybe Donald won't find out because, Donald, even though he's suspended, I'm pretty certain he has eyes and ears in the White House regardless. And from there, we got Richard coming in with the soup, and then Priscilla comes in shortly after, and Hunter wants them to taste the soup. And Richard is like, hey, that's unsanitary. Taste the soup. And Priscilla's like, I ain't tasting that soup. Richard's like, well, I have spoons here. And Richard's like, well, it's good to know one of you knows how to listen. And Richard tastes the soup like, yeah, get a good scoop. Get a good scoop. Yeah, very, very tasty, sir. And then Priscilla just goes off. Another reason why I love this episode, this was probably the first episode in seasons where I was cheering for Priscilla. Her outburst, I'm like, let him know. Let him know. Because he was giving off those Jim Cryer vibes. Remember when Wyatt shot Jim and he was in the hospital? What was that episode called? Was it called Little Hannah? That semi-controversial episode of the Haves and Have-Nots where Hannah went into the hospital and then Jim was on his bigoted, racist soapbox and Hannah wasn't having it. I think that's when she even attacked him. That episode aired in February and fans were like, yo, it's Black History Month. Why is this episode airing? I'll never forget it. But he was on that high horse and Priscilla wasn't having it. It's like, you don't respect this office. You surely don't respect the staff because, when she's like, look, I prepared that soup myself because it's my job, sir. So eat the dang soup. And from there, it's like, oh yeah, well, this soup isn't the only thing that's hot. That big booty of yours, you're sexy. And it's like, how about me and you have sex to get revenge on, my wife and Sam? And I'm just sitting here like, wow. Richard's just standing there like, Priscilla just kept going and going. And it's funny because she ends up leaving. And then Richard tries to leave. He's like, did I dismiss you? No, sir. And my favorite part is when Priscilla comes back into the room. And, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. I think one of my favorite part, aside from Priscilla going off, is when he talked about, somebody's trying to kill me, and then, I'm sorry for stumbling. It's just this scene. It's hard to put into words how I felt. But Priscilla was basically talking about how, you're racist. I'm not racist. I have a black wife. Yeah, like that exempts you. Hey, my children are mixed. Speaking of which, where are your kids? Like, nobody's seen them in a while. That struck a nerve because Hunter just backed down after that. And I'm like, dang. So Richard pulls Priscilla to the kitchen. Or actually, it's the other way around. And because Hunter does dismiss Richard. And I was sitting here like, for once, her outburst in rage. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about here. Yeah, Sam messed up, but at the same time, look, sing a different tune. We got bigger fish to fry. And Richard warns her like, look, you can't be talking like this. And for once, I was like, Richard, yeah, you're right. For once, it's like, well, actually, excuse me, Richard, I get what you're saying, but Priscilla has every right to be mad. But then he specifies the president likes that kind of stuff when women are feisty and, outbursts and all. I mean, look at how his wife acts. That turns him on. So the more you do that, the more he's going to want you. And then the more he wants you, the harder he's going to come after you. So you need to be careful. So again, this was like the first time in a while where I'm like, man, I really feel where Priscilla's coming from. But then on the other hand, it's like, yeah, Richard, like I feel where he's coming from as well. So she starts mouthing off as usual. And then the first lady walks in as usual. But it's funny because for once, it's like she ain't really here for Priscilla yet. She's going to take her jab at her later in the episode. But she's just like, hey, could you please get some tea ready? The second lady's coming by. Because as soon as she walks in, this bitch. I'm like, oh, wow. All right. So Wow, okay, two more scenes to talk about here. So Simone and Bobby arrive. They're at the bottom of the stairs, and I'm thinking to myself, interesting symbolism, because the last time Simone was standing right there, that was right when her and Victoria went over the balcony. And she tells Bobby before going up there, it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's taking everything in me to keep my composure because I might throw her behind over the balcony again. And then Bobby, he's left at the bottom of the stairs where he says, "Ma'am, do you think I should go up there with you?" No, I can go. You know what? Maybe you should go. Come on. So they go up there. Victoria's sitting, looking like, oh, I run this show. And she has like 9 Secret Service people there. And like I said in my short, I posted, what was it, yesterday? Victoria really ain't about that life, because if she was, she wouldn't have them people. I mean, yeah, I get it's a flex, but I don't know. Because she even said something to the effect of, oh yeah, these Secret Service, they aren't here for you. They're here to, keep me from, going after you. And I'm like, you ain't nothing but talk. So after checking her purse, her knockoff purse, her cheap purse, because again, it's classic Victoria throwing shade, and she sits down, everybody leaves. Bobby stays and says, ma'am, you want me to stay? And then out of nowhere, Victoria immediately assumes they're banging, which again, I feel like at some point they probably will. So Bobby does wind up leaving. And the scene plays out exactly how you expect it to do. Simone says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I, jumped to conclusions. Eli straightened me out. He told me that, you weren't sleeping with him." And Victoria, of course, like, well, he's lying. I effed him many times, or he effed me many times. And then she just doesn't believe the apology. And it's like, that's the one thing, when you're a kid and whatnot, it's like, say it like you mean it. Look, I said I'm sorry. It's like, I'm not doing this a bunch of times. But it's like, if you want me to apologize, and I did, I'm not going to say it again. So if you missed out, you missed out. But no, no matter how much Simone apologized to Victoria, it wasn't enough. And I'm like, hey, because she tries the tactic of, oh, you only up here to apologize because you don't want me to press charges. And then she makes Simone get on her knees, because she's like doing it in a different octave. And I'm thinking, what are we talking, like Mr. Brown? I'm sorry. So Simone takes some pillows from the couch, and Victoria's like, you ain't gonna put my designer pillows on the floor. Simone's like, bump this. And she does. She gets on her knees and says sorry. And this Victoria starts cackling. Get up off the floor. You look pathetic. And you're a better, woman than me, because I would not do what you just did. And from there, Priscilla comes in with some tea. And again, the taunting keeps going where, so, yes, do you know why the second lady is here? No, ma'am. Tell her, Simone, tell her. Because she said she was sleeping with my husband. No, I'm sleeping with her husband. And then Priscilla just slams the tea down and leaves. And I'm thinking to myself, yep, this is exactly why Simone and Priscilla are going to bond at some point. Okay, then we get to the final scene of the episode. Alonzo shoves Kareem into the residency. And look, man, this started last week, but I'm going to follow up this week. Alonzo, stop acting hard. Because you've been a nervous, punk-ass chihuahua bitch for the past, 3 episodes. I mean, technically, he's had every reason to be, considering his actions were indirectly responsible for almost completely taking out the president. So all of a sudden, you hard now. It's like, remember when you were nervous like a bitch? Sir, what's going on? Ow, 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 ow. After getting shot a bunch of times. So, yeah, he's roughing up Kareem, and I'm like, man, just stop. I mean, what is it with the characters this episode acting hard when they aren't? Victoria with the squad. Manny, who got taken out by a dude half his size. And now Alonzo with his punk ass trying to act hard because Kareem, who knows if he's, probably like at 60% stamina, if you will, after everything he went through in the hospital. Or, what led him to being in the hospital. So Hunter makes it plain and clear from the jump. The drugs I took, which came from your pharmacy, were laced with fentanyl. I want to know who laced the drugs, why, what's going on. They came from your pharmacy, so this is your fault. I need to know. And then Kareem mentions his cousin. It's like, who's your cousin? I'm not telling you. And then, like in the promo, we got Kareem talking about how, hey, you can't be doing this, playing with people's lives. You can't tell what you come in here trying to tell me what to do. I'm the president of the United States. Alonzo, take out your gun. Yes, sir. Well, actually, before taking out the gun, it's like, Alonzo, what happened to you this morning? You shot me, sir. How many times? 5. Because Kareem didn't think this would really be going down the way it is. And, I made sure to do it where I knew his vest was. And, Kareem, you're not wearing a vest. So if you don't tell me who your cousin is, we're going to blow your brains out. We're going to get a DNA test done. We're going to hunt down every single one of your cousins until we find the right one, and we'll handle him. So you tell me who your cousin is or not. And Kareem, you know what? Hey, I got to admit, this was probably the first and only time I've respected the character, because he said, no, I'm not telling you, do what you got to do. But then when Alonzo pulls out the gun, all of a sudden it's like, wait. Because, classic mob boss. You know what, Kareem, I respect you. You're not going to give your cousin up. So, if nothing else, wait, hold on, shoot him. Boom. Folks, you could clearly tell that gunshot went behind Kareem's head. But then again, when you remember how Ellie was shot, you could tell she really wasn't shot. It's like the moment the gunshot was fired, she fell over and we immediately saw the blood splatter on the walls. Like, okay. But no, Kareem is not dead. Because if you remember, I did the episode synopsis for the mid-season finale recently. Kareem is still alive. So, that's pretty much it. Also, side note to end the episode review on, I hope that there is a manhunt after Kareem's cousin, because this is instant karma. Remember, he threw Dale under the bus to the cartel to explain what happened to the drugs. And now, Dale has this huge target on his back. Now, Antonio, because technically speaking, even though Kareem didn't officially give him up, he did put Hunter on the path to finding who did this, because of the fact that he said my cousin. So now Antonio's going to have the full force of the president going after his behind, which again, instant karma, and I love it. Antonio's going to get what's coming to him. So with that being said, this was a great episode. Go watch it if you haven't done it already. Season 5, episode 8, Sorry Not Sorry. And yeah, that's all I have for you. So please like and subscribe, as I mentioned earlier, and I'll catch you in the next video.